coming next? Who's coming next?
I'm gonna get Joe Diablo.
Yeah.
All right. Then after that, I'm gonna get. I'll start with. I'm gonna start getting sponsors. Anybody you want.
And then I got let's get West Banco over here.
Yeah, I got him.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Eric Commission. Eric
Oh,
Timmons.
you went Timmons? Yeah.
Well, he's bringing his man with him from West Bank.
Yeah, that's our guy.
Yeah,
That's
I-
our. These guys gotta get on. You gotta get some love to them, man.
Oh,
You guys, come on,
we can
man.
do all that when I go eat.
We got Phil Rook right there hitting home run.
Phil Rook's gonna do an interview.
Yeah, we got. Hey, can you do an interview about the tax? Huh?
You ready, Danny?
Brandon.
Joe, you're second up, big man. Flex.
He ain't gonna do it.
Live from the Spot Bar, High Valley Sports Online, bringing you a cigar smoker sponsored by the Spot Bar and men's team of Franciscan University basketball. We got here Joe Wallace to kick things off for you today, people. Joe, tell us a little bit about this event, and it's great to see you, Joe. How's the family with the baby and everything?
Family's great. It's been a good summer. Baby's getting big. Can't ask for a lot of. It's been a blessing so far. So we got a great afternoon so far down here in downtown Steubenville. JoJo and us got together on this a couple years ago. They used to run these before COVID,
Yes, I
and
do.
then
Yep.
these were always a great time, and we wanted to kind of jump in together and get this back off the ground. And so we started it. We teamed up together, and man, he's been a blessing to get open the doors up for us and put this together to help us out and get a lot of people from the university and in the town together, and just to have a nice afternoon, smoke cigars, drink steaks, have a couple drinks together, and enjoy. Yeah.
Coach Wallace, Joe Diablo, he does an outstanding job supporting the community.
Yes, he does.
And this is just a staple in Steubenville.
It is.
This is it. This is it.
This is it. This is yeah.
Okay, don't get too high on Joe now, but come on. He's Ray Suckwatch, on with Mark Maslowski and Danny Vogel here for High Valley Sports Online.
Yeah.
Joe, let me
Yes.
ask you a question. In your duties that you have up there at Franciscan, is this part of your head coaching
This is
job,
ball
or is this
basketball.
or is
This
this
is
is this
You know
community-
what? It's all the
this
s-
community your community
This
effort?
is all the same. We want our program. We look as wearing these shirts commemorating the old days, College of Steubenville, the '58 national championship team. But
How come I didn't get one of them?
he's always
He always
he's
wanted
a palm.
to
We call him a palms up guy where I come from. No, I'm joking. You like that one, Dan? We'll get you one. But no, like it goes hand in hand. Like we want like the Barons of the old day were this was the team of the community. It was and that's what we wanted to get it back to, and we're trying to do that. So it all goes hand in hand. The more that more we can win too, the more people are going to come up. But it's been since you guys have jumped on board, and we really appreciate OVSO and your guys' work with that, getting more people involved. But we want to commemorate the past, and we want to head in the future and getting more people back involved with with Franciscan, the College of Steubenville, and back to the the Barons being the team of this town. Yeah.
Well, you had some notice from the last season and today with the throwbacks, but talking about the Barons of old, the ones that I grew up
Yes,
with. I
yes.
mean, I wasn't around for the '58. I was 4 years old, but in the 60s and 70s, they had St. John Arena rocking. Don't make me name all the players because I can't.
Oh, we could go on for all
but
afternoon talking about those guys.
Last year, Joe, you honored Jim Smith. You retire his number. You got the community days up there for Hank Kuzma.
For sure.
You had Hickey chasing down Jim Garrigan's record, man, which Jim Garrigan, I knew personally.
Yes.
And he can score, and I've always credited you with that, with trying to get the community involved, and you got the media involved. You're reaching out. You played games at the high school, so this is part of an ongoing effort for you.
Yeah, go ahead,
I'm
Matt.
sorry.
Yeah, go, Coach.
I know Coach Raymond loves talking about the past. I like talking a little bit about the present and the future a little bit. I think, Sean Hickey can be part of that past, right? Can it be part of the Barron basketball culture?
He put his stamp on that. He's finished third all time with the past, and then with the new era, I guess when we went to Division III and finishing third with scoring, and he left his mark with this new era. But we got to look at the future now too. He's part of the past, but now we got to move forward, and we're excited. We have a really talented. I know, as a coach, you don't like to talk about freshmen too much, but this is a talented freshman class coming in, and then we have a returning group of guys, leading by with Josh Zimmerman, who has been the staple Steubenville guy. He's the leader of this. I gave him the keys to the. I mean, it's his team right now. It's going to be on his shoulders. He's a versatile guy, but he's got to take his game to the next level this year. And then we have a lot of guys that have played a lot of minutes returning. A lot of experience coming back. We're going to be big and physical this year, and it's going to be back to what we like to be the blue-collar basketball of being on the glass, pounding people around the rim, physical defense, and a fist fight. You're coming to Steubenville, we're going to give a fist fight next year, and that's just who we are, and it's back to our roots with that. We did change a little bit those gears when we were trying to play up-tempo, but we're going back to who we were, the heart of it all, physical basketball.
And I know I love watching the league. I love watching the pack, and those teams coming in. Got to be excited about coming in because I don't know if there's any other fan base in the pack that supports a team like Franciscan University does, and I think it's pretty exciting. And
I think it's in going into next year, knowing that we're back in the field house from the very beginning. We're going to have things rolling right away with the support right away, and there's some other things we can do with the students and then locally and getting more people up there. But I think the atmospheres are going to be unbelievable, until Christmas break when they leave for a little bit and then they come back into January into February. I mean, it's what it's about. I mean, it is. It's a great place to coach, and you talk about back in the days of the St. John Arena, the bigger atmosphere, big crowds though, but now in our little home on the hill, I mean, I think we have something special going on with that.
Well, I think college basketball has come to that. I think college basketball, the coaches has built their student section to be around their bench or across from their bench. And everything, and they've gone back to the. Other than Syracuse, I don't know who plays in a big facility anymore. But I love the atmosphere when you got the kids.
And one thing too, Coach Wallace, as an adult watching games, sometimes I like watching you on the sidelines. Sometimes more than watching the game itself.
I've tried to be a little bit more or less animated, but I don't think so. I think that's just who I am. When it's in you, it's in you, right? It's just the way it goes. And there's people like, how do you act like that? At Franciscan, it's like there's everybody knows up there that I got what I'm about. So it's all passion, it's all love for our guys and wanting to compete and win, and
and that's what it's about. Just bring your unbelievable God-given ability out there, right? No matter what, you're going to give it your best effort, and and coaches, like Coach Raymond and myself, we love watching coaches like that and to have that passion. And, I want my daughters, Raymond wants his grandkids having a coach like that.
What I mean?
Definitely.
So that's how I want my son to be coached.
Exactly.
For sure.
That's exactly how you want to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
So for the summer.
He's getting hangry over here.
But you know what? I'm going to say.
I got Bill DePiro, the only Olympian that we know, texting me and says, "Are you at the spot?" And I'm saying, OVSO is
live right now.
Well, listen, I see some people eating. My favorite thing to do is eating some good steak here.
Yeah.
So, real quick.
We're good.
Quick question here.
Yeah.
Your steak, what temperature you like your steak? Medium rare, well?
Medium rare.
And sauce or no sauce? You need steak sauce or no sauce?
No sauce. Yeah, just some salt on there. I'm a simple guy.
Yeah.
Keep it simple there, yeah.
I'm with you there. And
you like yours well done, right?
Free.
Free.
and that's no lie.
His steak. He likes his steak free.
Yeah.
Right, Danny? How you like your steak? Free.
But
Hey, I'm
you
gonna
know
tell
what?
you
Like
something,
sitting here
Danny.
right now, this is awesome being down here. I love
yeah,
this
it
place.
is.
It's it's a staple of this city, and it being able to get everybody down here downtown together. And
Oh yeah, and I see your assistant coaches, Coach Granado over there. Maybe talking and communicating with other people. Maybe normally you wouldn't do. So I think this kind of brings everybody together.
Yes.
Plus, you're gonna get a good cigar. You're gonna get a couple free drink tickets.
Free drink tickets.
You're gonna get a good steak.
All of that, I didn't get any. I didn't get anything.
And if you
You got a
like,
job
I had
to
to
do
buy a
first.
cigar.
yeah, or you could be like a guy who just took a green shirt and hid it in his car. But
That's not a true statement.
I believe it.
That's not true. I told Maz from the
I told
beginning.
you could have one.
I said, Maz, don't be ratting me out, man. It took you 5 minutes to rat me out, man.
It wouldn't be any other way, would it?
Hey, Joe, but honest to God, I
Yeah.
look around here and I see Phil Rook and Brendan Purgey.
Yeah.
And a lot of great people from the university.
Yes,
which
we do. Yeah.
I mean, you got your brother over there, for a blessing, right?
We got Father Don over
Father,
there.
okay,
I know,
Father
we
Don.
I think we missed that stuff everybody's eating, so that's all right.
Yeah, and
He's
he
here
just-
blessing us.
And
though.
I just looked at him. I said, "Boy, Catholic religion really gone downhill." no blessing, Father. He said, "I won't say anything."
He'll keep it quiet.
So
Everybody
but-
went to mass this
But
morning,
honest to
so
God,
we're good.
but then you look out, Joe, and you see what I've always talked to you about, and what we're touching on now is you're talking on the community.
Yeah,
you're
for sure.
You're down at the Spot Bar. You got Bobby Merriman from Wintersville
Yep,
Trophy Shop.
yep.
You got Matt Bellardine from Josephine's
Oh, he's the-
Carryout
yes, he's
cooking.
cooking.
I mean, you got Carmen DeStefano, a
He's-
cigar aficionado.
Yep. We got guys from Wheeling,
you got
too.
Dr. Angelo George
yes.
is here, the
Yes.
head of Wheeling Hospital.
We got Dominic DeFelice from DeFelice Pizza over there too.
Can we sell him a sponsorship?
I know you guys are all Go ahead, he's over there.
But,
Yeah,
it's
so-
great, man. And just like Matt said, with your assistant coaches
We got
stepping
a great.
up,
Oh, these guys, come on,
stepping
they're
up
the
and getting
best.
involved. Adam Martello's at the top of his
he
game.
is.
I mean,
He's always at the top
does a
of his
nice
game.
job, and he's community oriented, and he wants to win.
sure
I mean,
is.
I got a lot of respect for what you're doing up there, Joe. But how about the kids coming back? I mean, you got some players coming back.
Yeah.
Who we looking for this
Besides,
year?
we talked a little bit about Zimmerman. Then we have, we got the big guys. You got Jan Ku, and then Joe Silvera. And a lot's going to rest on them, and because they're two of the biggest guys in the conference.
Oh, yeah. by
Silvera's
far.
a monster,
By
but he
far.
was
By
he was
far.
hobbled last year.
He was hobbled all year. Just definitely just going back and forth with injuries, and so him healthy. Jan took a lot. Jan progressed last year, but he took a big step after the season and then in the summer. So the two of those guys got to really step up. Then you got Alianello, Ciola, guys that play a lot of minutes at the fork.
Bellissimo.
Bellissimo.
Oh
yes.
Hey, Joe, seriously,
Now, Frank-
can we take a serious look? And we'll take Josh Zimmerman
Yeah.
because I say he's from southern Italy. But can we take a serious look at putting 5 Italians on
You got
the court?
Silvera's got Italian blood in him. Then you got Alianello, Bellissimo.
And Josh Zimmerman.
Josh Zimmerman.
There you go.
He's
That's
Sicilian.
our 5.
Yeah, he's Sicilian. Like
let's
you
start.
said.
Let's start with that.
Yeah. And then you got Derek Darrow, who was kind of coming off the
yeah,
ankle
that's right,
surgery
yeah.
from John Marshall. Malachi Rose Burton from
Yeah.
Monroe Central, be a sophomore now.
Wow, you got a
so
good
we do
nucleus
have
back.
we do have a
Yeah.
good nucleus back, and then we're going to be sprinkling in some of these young bucks with them. So
Yeah.
we're looking pretty. Yeah, we're
No.
excited about that. And
I think
yeah.
you made a good point.
There's
You're
Doc
looking
right
at this
here.
Doc
Yeah.
right there.
My man right
Yeah.
here, Dr. Angelo Georges,
And-
the head
legend.
guru of Wheeling
Yeah.
Hospital.
Yes, he is.
Former Baron.
Yes. Yep.
Former Baron. Never
He
did his
goes back
homework.
to the days. Yeah.
Never
College-
did
yeah.
his homework.
Yeah.
Never did his homework. Cheated off a dude.
He- yeah.
We're gonna have Dr. Georges on here a little
Yes.
bit later. Here.
Oh, he's a pro. He has his Saturday morning radio show in Wheeling on
Hey.
the Watchdog too. Yeah, I was on
He
there
does. I'm
2
gonna
weeks
tell-
ago with those guys. Yeah.
Oh, that's a beautiful
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I'm
Mike Florak's on there with them. Yeah,
Oh, that's a
good
good
friend,
show.
dear friend of mine. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. Doc Georges and Dude Kessler
Oh,
brought me up for a dinner at Rico's in Pittsburgh.
okay.
with Bruno Sammartino.
Oh, love
wow.
Bruno.
Wow.
I got
Old
all.
school.
I mean, like, and I just talked to these guys about that. What a beautiful night that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's from my father's hometown,
He
Praga
is.
Poligna,
Okay.
Sumone,
Wow.
Italy,
Wow.
90 miles east of Rome.
Wow.
I love it, man. You know what I mean, it was a great night.
We're probably rated. My father's side is from Petrano, like a lot of Steubenville.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we went back there about 15 years ago, and it was like no one could speak English. But
Yeah.
it was like we were like
They-
celebrities coming in back
Exactly.
into town. And I know
It's like-
my man Franco Carpellotti, he's got some of his family from there. So I think we're
They
half
just got
cousins.
back. I mean,
Yeah.
Paul Carp just got back.
Yeah, yeah.
Is Franco here?
He's here. I saw him
We'll
wandering
get him
around.
on our host from Bennigan's.
Yep, he's
We'll
wandering
get him
around.
on, and hey, life is good.
Life
Coach.
is great.
You
Life
know,
is great.
It's one thing about coaching basketball in the summertime.
Yep.
You're undefeated.
You're undefeated.
You're
Plus
undefeated,
miles. It's not
man.
like
So we're with them, win or tie, right?
That's
winter
right,
tie.
man.
It's the way
We
it's
are.
always been. That's
Told
the way
you that
we
from the
expect.
beginning.
Yeah.
That won't ever
That's
change
not
from
gonna
High
change.
Valley Sports Online.
That's the way it goes, though.
We are with you, win or
Winter
tie. But at this time of the year, Coach, I mean, I love the basketball attitude because you ain't lost no games.
No.
You got a great outlook towards the season. I mean, the season can go to heck.
Well, last year we can rewind everything about 365 days. We'd have been sitting here thinking pretty positive about what was going to happen last year, and then a series of things kind of shook us. But yeah, it's over with, and we're looking forward to this year. So let's talk high school football real fast. I know Big Red. We're high hopes for them this year.
Big Red has something that shows you a sign of the times.
Yeah.
You look at Big Red's schedule.
Yes.
Big Red got 6 home games.
Yeah.
They usually
Oh,
have
yeah,
8 or
8,
9.
9, yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
10 because they would pay the teams
Yes.
to come in.
Yeah.
But now they got good, solid rivalries going with Dover,
Yeah.
New
Yep.
Philadelphia,
Yeah.
Wheeling Park,
Yes.
and always a team from Youngstown,
Yeah.
whether it be Ursuline or whether it be Mooney.
Or even Lindsley. Lindsley's
Yes.
been a really,
Oh, they got him last
very
year.
fundamental,
Yeah.
hard-working team. You could say, at what kind of level they're at in Lindsley, but
Yeah.
unbelievable fun. And those are
They had a
teams.
great team last year.
Lindsley last year, they beat everybody.
Everybody.
They beat. I mean, who did
They were no
beat?
fluke.
They were no fluke.
No.
And
No
this year,
way.
Big Red goes to West Liberty.
Yeah.
To play
Yeah.
Lindsley.
Yeah.
They go
Oh, is
to
that where the game is at
the
West
game
Liberty?
is
That's
at West
awesome. That's a
Liberty.
good game.
They go to Youngstown
Yep.
for the opener.
Yep.
To play in Stanbaugh Stadium, and that's a sign of the times because Big Red can't get the 9 and 10 games.
Yeah.
And I was at the Reno's house eating spaghetti a couple weeks ago on a Sunday is our day. And John was there.
Yeah.
The AD,
Yes.
John Arlesi,
Yes.
which is Reno's son-in-law.
Yep.
And I asked him what's up, and he said, Uncle Ray, and it ain't changing any way soon
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
teams, you got that rivalry,
Yep.
and teams want to go home and home.
Yeah.
Wheeling
Yep.
Park, New Philadelphia,
Yeah.
Dover.
Dover, yep.
Now Lindsley is upgraded to where people could say what they want. Lindsley has recruited themselves a nice team, football and
Oh, yeah, they
basketball,
sure have.
and
Yeah,
it's
they
what
sure
they're all
have.
about.
Yes.
So, they're not a slouch. But here comes my man, come a long way from Garrett Street. So we're going to take a quick break. Danny. Yeah, Joe. Hey, Joe, just walk in front of it, Joe. Don't worry about it. But we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come right back with Jody Albert.
Awesome.
Thanks, Coach Wallace. Yep.
We're back here at the Spot Bar, High Valley Sports Online. Ray Suckards, Dan Vogel, Mark Maslowski at the Cigar Smoker for men's Franciscan University men's basketball team. And we got Jody Albert with us, owner-operator, runs the Dean Martin Festival, entrenched down here in beautiful downtown Steubenville. I mean, he's done a heck of a job in the community. You come a long way from Garrett Avenue, my man. You come a long way, brother.
Yeah, 2 blocks.
Yeah, Garrett Avenue just being 3 or 4 blocks south of us. But, Joe, man, great to see you bringing this back. I mean, you was doing this before COVID hit in. But you know what I love most, Joe? You got the Franciscan University men's basketball team involved. Joe Wallace got a quality thing going on there.
No question about it. A bunch of nice guys. Can't do enough for them. I would like for the community to join in also.
Yeah.
You know, Franciscan is the biggest thing that we got going in Steubenville. Not only that, I got a surprise for everybody. 1971, I graduated from Steubenville College.
Really?
How about that?
I did not know that.
Oh, my
That's
God.
some
I would say
trivia
if somebody
right
told
there.
me that, I'd say that's a rumor.
That ain't no rumor. I had a lot of help, but I made it.
Oh, yeah, my
I didn't
man.
do anything with it, but I made it.
Sometimes the ends justifies the means.
Absolutely. No question about it, Raymond.
But, Joe, I know you take a lot of personal pleasure being involved, supporting everything. You support everything except for High Valley Sports Online.
There's no question about it.
But
There's no way I'm paying Raymond Suckout to do something.
whenever I do it for free, right, Joe?
Absolutely. When he does it for free, it's as good as if you pay him.
Yeah.
So why pay him?
Joe, couple things. You asked me what I've been doing, and really just what Raymond says all I do is work on the computer and so forth. But I do travel over Ohio, and I love talking to work with a lot of schools, and all of them know the Spot Bar. Everybody knows this place. They always ask me about this place, the Carlos. And very rarely ever somebody asks me about Franciscan University. But you made a good point about, Franciscan University is a huge part of the community, not just in the county, but in the city of Steubenville. And I didn't know you graduated from.
Oh, I think that's
the
a
College
rumor.
of Steubenville.
I think that's a rumor.
Hey, I'll take.
I
I think they'll take.
I got to see transcripts.
Yeah.
I got a diploma at home hanging up in my basement, naturally in the basement, that proves that I graduated from there.
Congratulations, brother.
How easy was it to work with Coach Wallace to put something like this together?
Coach Wallace didn't do nothing. He shouldn't even show up. No, he's a great guy, and he's a great guy to support because he's sincere and he's hardworking.
Yeah.
And that's all you can ask for. But to get back to the university, them and the hospital is probably the biggest employee that Steubenville has.
And Steubenville City Schools, that's the top 3.
Yep.
And that's why I should say Steubenville should get together and support the university because it can only get bigger and better, and Steubenville's going to profit from it.
Yeah.
And I agree with that, Joe. And the biggest thing that they've done, the Carpelottis were involved, but Joe Wallace, just in the atmosphere of bringing guys up here to see games. I mean, finally, after old guys like me and you have seen it, the university is coming off the hill. It's coming off the hill, and it's gotten involved in the community. And I personally think it's nothing but positives.
No question
and that's all I
about it.
say about it.
No question about it. They've done a tremendous job. We've got the door open. We should open it wider and let them in. Let them in. Let them take over. It can only be a big success for the community.
Well, in the number of students and how many of those kids graduate end up staying in our community, right?
Right.
And then, and then just think about our businesses downtown, right? We're talking about the new cigar shop down there,
Yeah.
A lot of those customers are people from the Franciscan area.
Absolutely.
Or in that community. Same thing here, with your establishment or a local restaurant. It's huge. We have to embrace it, right? We definitely
have to embrace it. No
we definitely have
question
to
about
embrace it and support them. And I think Coach Wallace and his staff make it easy for them to communicate and bond a little bit with people they normally wouldn't bond people,
Right.
So
They're very easy to get along with,
Yeah.
Very intelligent people. It's a pleasure to be around them, actually. It makes
Yeah.
me feel like I'm intelligent. Though I did get that degree from the university.
Okay, if you say so, brother. But like Joe, everything you got going on down here, you had another successful Dean Martin Festival
Yes.
and
Yes.
things like that. And that, how many years running is that?
I'm guessing it's probably around 24 years.
Wow.
And somebody asked me, and then we got the most blessed day at all. We got the St. Anthony Hawk reunion coming
Right.
up in September. That's the Sunday before Labor Day.
Yeah, Labor Day weekend.
Which is a great turnout, and Hawks forever. What other kind of things you got going on down here, Joe?
Well, I think we're having another smoker in September. I'm not so sure about the date yet, but we got bands every other week downtown at the spot.
And the most popular band that's here is the ones my two daughters absolutely love. Is Twice as Nice.
Twice as Nice.
They absolutely love them. My sister-in-law, husband, that's their parents. The lady in the what I can't think of their
In the
name.
band?
Yeah, in the band. Yeah, so I know they're here monthly. And just talking to them, this is the favorite place to be.
Yeah, they do a good job and they have a lot of fun here.
Yep.
And they are our house band.
Yeah. I mean, they have a great following, right?
Yep. They do a great job, and they're easy to work with. If for some reason, we usually charge $5 so we can pay
Yes.
them.
Yep.
Sometimes we don't get the crowd to make the money that they want, and
Yeah.
they're very good about working with us.
That's good. Yep.
Yeah, so that
Yeah,
that makes it
Leroy,
nice.
they're awesome. Does an
Yeah.
awesome job. I know they're going to be in Edina, my local town here for our Heritage Days. So I think
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
really looking forward to that too as well. So, and this back deck, right? When you have a smoker, obviously you can't have it inside.
Right.
Just this venue itself is just something special for
Yeah.
a community.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that some Franciscan people that's here maybe have never seen been
Right.
downtown or
Right.
see what we have here
Right. Yeah.
as well. So
Yeah, they're getting a first-hand.
I know Raymond likes coming here every Sunday and socializing and
Eating.
Joe's feeding. You're feeding him. Joe, what kind of stuff you feeding?
Joe's famous sauce.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a little bit of everything on Sunday. Sausage, peppers,
Nice.
rigatonis.
Yeah.
We got the works, and it's free.
Yeah, which Raymond loves.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely. But
He's the only guy who takes a carry out
what is this? Make
for
fun of
three.
Raymond.
For three.
But Joe, I look around here like we was talking about Joe Wallace, but you look around and you see a nice mix between university and you see local guys. You got
Yes.
the Commissioner Eric Timmons. You got Bobby Merriman, who's involved in the community. You got Carmen Stefano, Carmen DeStefano, a cigar aficionado. Then you got Dr. Georges, but he's like you, a graduate of Franciscan, no
Yeah.
college of Steubenville. You guys are in the same graduating class.
We got the priest from the university.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice crowd.
As I look around, I just wanted to mention some guys of the nice mix. Even though it is a men's basketball event, you can see that we got some support from the community as well.
Absolutely.
And as an owner, a business owner, you love to see that.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes you have an event, everybody from out of town comes and nobody from in town comes.
Well, you know what? To get on that statement you just made, Raymond, we've always struggled, and I don't know why, of when we're having a D. Martin Festival, of getting people from Steubenville to come down and enjoy themselves. But this past year, I was surprised. We had quite a few people, local people, support us for the D. Martin Festival. It was nice to see. Usually that's not the case.
How much has the Dean Martin Festival changed over the years, Joe?
Oh, it's changed a lot. I mean, when we first started, we'd get 2,000, 2,500 people here. Now, if we get 300, we did good. But, everything runs its course. We've been able to keep it above water anyways. So we'll do it again next year.
Absolutely. All right, Joe, my man, I appreciate you stopping by, man. Always good to talk to you. You're always welcome.
Real
Thank
quick,
you.
because I'm going to ask this to everybody. What temperature you like your steak? Medium rare, well?
Medium well.
Sauce and no sauce on the steak.
Doesn't matter.
That's-
Probably no sauce, but it doesn't matter.
All right, there we have it.
matter.
There. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate
Okay,
that.
all right, guys. Good
That's
luck.
Joe Diablo, owner-operator of Spot Bar. Thanks for stopping by, Joe. We're going to be right back here.
Okay, Robert, let's call it the Black Friday sales event at Thomas Auto Centers.
Brian, I thought Black Friday was just one day.
Okay, Robert, let's call it the Black Friday.
You ready? Okay, we're back here at the Spot Bar, High Valley Sports Online, for the men's university men's basketball team, Smoker, hosted by the Spot Bar. We're talking right here. We got Commissioner Eric Timmons. Before I go any further, I'm going to throw a little tidbit in.
Yeah, go ahead.
There, Eric was the ball boy when I was coach
Really?
at the Mighty Big Red. You know, but we won't go into that because I spend a lot of time disciplining Eric. But he's grown into a fine young man,
Well,
Eric.
thank you.
And thanks for coming in. We appreciate everything. You know, we talk a lot, Eric, about what's going on with the community. And this event right here, you know, that the Spot Bar is putting on with Joe Wallace, men's basketball. You know, we were just talking with Joe and Joe and Joe Wallace about how you can see the nice mix. And you fit right into that mix, Eric, because you're from the community, you're community-minded, you're invested, you live here, you got children here, and you are taking your time out to support the Franciscan University of Steubenville and the Spot Bar.
Yep, love it. Love it being here. Thanks for having me on today, guys. You know, it's all about the community. And, you know, one of the things that always gets me upset is people say there's nothing to do around here. We got nothing going on. But look at this today.
Yeah.
How many people were here?
Yeah,
Everybody
absolutely.
having a good time, supporting
Absolutely.
it.
Yep.
You know, I can barely find time to sleep anymore. There's all kinds of stuff going on.
Absolutely.
Especially for the kids. You know, I know my nephew plays in Steubenville Baseball Association.
What a team they're on.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
What a team
22,
they got.
22 and 0.
My
I mean,
goodness.
you guys should have them on sometime. You know,
No, they're too busy beating everybody's brains in.
yeah, they're a good squad. But we got a lot of talent coming up, and that's just because the dedication of
Yeah.
the parents, the
Yeah.
coaches. But that's what we do here in this community. That's why I love it so much. And
You know, Eric, just being raised in this community, with your parents and Tom, just wow, he's a fixture, and so forth. What have you noticed for yourself, being on the council and now being a county commissioner? How's that transition been for you? Have you had to make different adjustments, work-wise, and that kind of things, or what? What's that process like?
being a commissioner, it's kind of a council person and a city manager all mixed into one.
Yeah.
You have to deal with everything when you're a commissioner, and I love it. I work along two very good commissioners, Commissioner Morelli and Maple, and they've been nothing but great helping me adjust. But it's been great, and I love it. I love getting out in the community, and we got a lot of good things going on. Got some things talking about development. You can see what's happening at Franciscan. They're developing all the time. But to me, any development's good development. We just got to keep it up.
I agree. Big thing I think that Franciscan did, the thing that I've noticed, Eric, which I love about them, is the fact that they come off the hill and they're invested in the city now. And I think, with their enrollment and with their employment, I mean, Steubenville got to be ecstatic, and then the county as well. It's the county seat.
I think a lot of times we just think about right now, but what we can see right this moment. But many times it's going to take a little while to show up. I mean, they're bringing more students in. They're spending money at our stores. They're paying taxes. It's going to work out in the end, and I think like I said before, any development is great development.
Really, when I moved to Steubenville about 25 years ago, and I'm from Edina, Ohio, which is also
good community.
Yeah. So we had a few things on the right side going down this on University Boulevard, but them investing in that with the Franciscan Square, the hotel's beautiful. The pizza. Some food places there. I think just as a plus, not just for Franciscan students, but for our community now too. So you don't have to leave this town to get a good beverage and a good meal. You can stay here locally and do it as well.
Well, I'm sorry, Eric, but Jojo Diabra made a statement saying, how as busy as they are down here, he gets more out of towners than the local people. Yeah. He says, and that goes back to what you said, people are looking for things to do. This is a beautiful event for a man or a woman to come out, enjoy a dinner, network with individuals, support the university, and have a good time.
Yep, and my daughter, she's 4 now. We were at the Nutcracker Village 3 times last year for over an hour each time, just because she wanted to be there, and I enjoyed going down too. It was great, and I live in Steubenville. I'm sure it's great to see all the people come around from all over to it. That keeps expanding. So I just try to get rid of the negativity and talk about the good things going on, and there are a lot of them. There really are.
How's your have you been a year there, Eric, Commissioner?
No, 6 months.
How's it been? How's that 6 months going for you? I saw a statement in the paper from Dave Maple in regards to you, and I agreed with it totally when he said, Eric, I'm sure Mr. Timmons can attest to the fact of how much easier it is to do with three guys in a discussion rather than 7. So I think that's a big difference from council.
Definitely is much easier.
Yes.
The small, and you only have to convince one person. At council, you got to convince 3 others, and then you have the secretary of council down there.
I think
you know her.
Raise.
Yeah, I figured you'd say that, but it is. It's a big difference, and that's just the way the city government. Everybody wants to be represented, but it is easier in that regard being a commissioner.
How much input do you get, Eric, from the community and your constituents about the county?
A lot. I try to be as open as I can. Facebook, a lot of people don't like social media. They don't want to see it, and it has its disadvantages for sure. But an advantage for me, anybody can contact me 24 hours a day, and they do. Yep. Ray, I think you've contacted me several times.
Only on certain matters.
Okay. Well,
only on certain matters that we won't address at this time.
2 a.m., 3 a.m. No, I'm just kidding. That hasn't happened. But, I've gotten calls at 6 a.m. before for people saying that their neighbor's garbage can wasn't put behind their house. It is. But I like that. I want to be available. That's why I feel I'm in the position I'm in to help people. So, I do think that can be an advantage.
Well, Eric, I mean, it's great talking to you because I've known you since you were knee-high to a grasshopper. And I'm really happy and proud of what you've turned out to be. And to see you in commissioner now, it's a great thing. And I wish you all the luck in the world, man. Keep on working, man, because you know what? We're growing. We're getting better.
We are.
If people don't want to see that, I feel bad, but I'd rather, just like you, Eric, I'd rather look at the positive side than the negative side.
We got a lot of good stuff, and thank you, Ray. I always call you Coach Suckotch because, I was on the team there many years ago. And
but we had to deal with Robbie Moore, too. Robbie Moore threw a little bit of gravel in the wheels of progress.
Robbie, good fireman.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Good, great fireman, and
and I think people want to knock Stoomville, Eric, but I think a lot of the knocks are founded, but doesn't see how I believe the city and the county are addressing things. I mean, it don't happen overnight. I mean, my prayer is for my grandchildren. Like you
absolutely.
touched on, my prayer, I mean, like I'm in the fourth quarter, and I could see it coming, whereas maybe younger people are a little bit disenchanted with it, but I hope not, because I think the county and the city's coming.
I think I look at my niece, my nephew, Cam and Mila, my daughter, Theodora, got one on the way due August 5th.
Good for you.
Yeah, thank
Congrats.
you. Yeah, absolutely. And I think about them. I don't want them to deal with what I dealt with when I was first a councilman. We had a lot of work, and we got stuck with a lot of issues, and we took care of them. One of the big things I think I'm most proud of on council was when we took over the ambulance.
Yes.
The
What a
ambulance
great
service.
move that was.
I think that was tremendous. It's been a help, I think that was huge.
The city had to make their money back on the initial
Oh,
investment, right?
we're still doing very well.
yeah.
And it came at a good time when there's a lot of money out there. But, no, I think that was a great move and proud of that. But we still got a long way to go. Just got to keep working at it.
All right, Eric. I thank you for stopping
Oh,
by.
thank
Eric.
you, guys.
Always
Thanks,
good to
Eric.
see you,
Thanks
buddy.
for what
Thank
you do in the
you.
community.
Absolutely.
Nice talking. I feel like I finally arrived, speaking with you gentlemen, and this is where you got to be.
That's right, brother.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thanks.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back with a Franciscan partner, West Banco, David Click, I believe, right? You send him over, Eric? Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Okay, Robert, let's call it the Black Friday.
Okay, we're back here at the Spot Bar, men's basketball, Franciscan University. Joe Wallace and Jody Albert from the Spot Bar getting together here and having a nice little outing. Got a lot of guests. They're going to keep on rolling here. Glad to bring it to you. Want to give a quick shout out to my people that are listening. Jay Cicalella out at the pool. Want to say hello to them. But right, we got David Click from West Banco, longtime friend of Joe Wallace. Now you ended up being a business partner. Did that friendship have anything to do with it?
You know, I think a lot of friendships had something to do with that.
God bless you for that answer, man.
Yeah. I think like most good business relationships start with a relationship, and we have some deep ties, deep long-time ties throughout the bank and through Franciscan, and it all finally is coming together, and we're just really happy to do anything with them. They're doing so many proactive and good things for the city of Steubenville that it's pretty exciting to see.
My goodness gracious. That is you're the fourth guest we've had, and every single guest has mentioned Franciscan's community involvement, and I love it. I grew up a Baron and watching the Barons at St. John Arena, and to see what Joe Wallace has done with the community, I mean, it gives me hope being a Steubenville resident and having children and grandchildren here.
Yeah, I think they see the big picture of things. You know, in a world where higher education today is in a kind of a declining atmosphere, they have a little bit of a different business model and a little bit of a different play on things. Yeah. And through their vast network that they're pulling from around the country and around the world, it's allowed them to do some different things. And I think with some of the people that they have on board that have some long-time ties to this area are just bringing them closer to the community. And
absolutely.
It's been pretty fun to watch.
So, David, what's your relationship with Franciscan University? Can you speak on that a little bit? What kind of partnership does West Banco have with Coach Wallace or just Franciscan University of Steubenville?
Sure, yeah. So we've been doing business with the university probably, I want to say, since maybe 2010.
Wow, okay.
And just recently we have an opportunity to do a little bit more business with the university. Great. And I'm looking at a gentleman right now named Franco Carpellotti, who has been integral in making different introductions, and he's a guy that likes to connect the dots and is pretty good at that.
Good boy.
Yeah.
One of our big sponsors at Bennigan's, man. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he's a solid individual. Let's say that. Funny story about Joe Wallace. So, we belong to a club called Sales and Executives, and it's
there you go. I used to go to that.
Okay.
Dan brought me into it. Brought me into it.
So we have about 7 meetings a year, as you know, Dan, and it's a very nice club. We do stuff like what we're doing today. There's some networking, some camaraderie, some good food, and some drinks. And
can't go wrong with that.
You really can't. You really can't. So we're at a Sales and Execs, and this was maybe 4 months ago, and I'm talking with maybe it was 5 months ago. So I'm talking with Joe Wallace, and we're talking, and I say, so I assume you went to Franciscan, because I have relationships with Bob Hickey, Brennan Purgie, Joe Wallace, Dan Miles, and the list goes on. And I hear about this Joe Wallace name, so they introduced me to Joe. I said, no, did you go to Franciscan? He says, no, I went to West Lib, and we keep talking, and we realized that we were next-door neighbors for 3 years, and I didn't realize it was that Joe Wallace, and we never connected the dots. And
that's crazy.
So it was interesting to see that come full circle, and we've gotten to play golf together since then a couple times. And
who's the better golfer?
Joe is the better golfer.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah. I got beat by my 13-year-old son this morning.
There's no shame in that.
No.
There's no shame in that. He's young and flexible.
That's true. Hey, makes me feel better. Thank you.
He's young and flexible.
Listen, the only time I want to golf, I just want to get to the 9, so I get an egg salad sandwich and my cold beverage, and I'm done playing. But Yeah, Franciscan, for us, that University Boulevard, and Coach has said it before, Franciscan's coming down from that hill, right? And with the hotels and stuff they're purchasing in Franciscan Square, and like you mentioned, Bennigan and so forth, it's just a great place, not just for our community or anybody that's coming to visit, right? Or Franciscan University to see what we have in the community. How important is that to have established businesses around a college or a university, especially for higher education?
I think it's everything. I think when students are making one of the biggest decisions of their life at that point in time, where they want to go to college, one of the things they look at is the city where it's at and what are the amenities there. So, one thing I notice about Franciscan and Franciscan Square is each year there's another amenity there that's probably more attractive. And I've come to find out that, there's part of those amenities / restaurants that they have there can be part of the student's meal plan there.
Yes.
They really connect the dots there. And, I'm not the person that's going to let the cat out of the bag, but if I had a crystal ball in front of me right now, I would say that there's going to be some more exciting things coming to Franciscan Square that would only be more attractive to the students.
Well, that's a beautiful thing. I mean, if you pay attention, Franco Carpellotti has that locked up down there and continues to grow. Franciscan couldn't have a better partner than Franco Carpellotti, but as well as the St. Paul Center that's going up there, buying the hotels, and then you getting establishments like you and Trinity and families involved, with the university. All that does is move everything forward.
Yeah, it takes a village, and it's certainly not a me thing. It's a we thing at West Banco, and we are the smallest part. And some of these things that I'm talking about are in the works right now, but exciting things, and we will be a part of Franciscan and
their continued growth.
We look forward to being part of their continued growth, but I don't know if we belong in the same conversation as like a Franco or some of these others. But
I know this. Here's what I know as far as business goes, because I've been selling as a side thing for 40 years. My attitude's simple. You're not selling anybody a bag of goods. You got to have something good to sell.
Sure.
So like Ohio Valley Sports Online, I believe we have something good to sell. We're at every event with Franciscan and high school sports, and we're involved. And that goes to say with West Banco. West Banco isn't going to throw their money at somebody that they don't believe in.
Yeah.
No, I think you hit the nail on the head.
Right.
And I think that when you have the opportunity to do business with some of these relationships that you have, then the pressure's on, because it's not just one person that got you in the door.
Yeah.
It's 12 to 15 people, and you got a lot of people that you want to deliver for. So the pressure's on at that point. But I think you hit the nail on the head.
Absolutely. If you believe in them, then you have no trouble. If you're not making that decision personally, you have no trouble going to the people that are, because you believe in them. And I credit the university for that and your wisdom.
I think they're doing some giveaways here, Raymond.
We got a special presentation going on. I just heard the dude Kessler. So we're going to wrap it up here with David Click from West Banco. Any ending remarks? We appreciate you coming up, David, and
no, just if
spreading some wisdom.
If I miss my 50-50 investment, I'm going to be pretty upset.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break for this 50-50, and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you, David, for coming. I appreciate it, brother. I will. Dev, where you at?
Thank you. Welcome back. You're listening to High Valley Sports Online. My name is Mark Meslowski. We're here at Barron Basketball Cigar Smoker at the Spark Bar. I'm here with Coach Adam Martello here. Hi, Adam. How are you doing?
Good, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Real quick, did you have your steak yet?
Oh, great steak, man.
Did you? Okay, what temperature you like your steak?
Medium. Always medium.
Oh, yeah, okay. Me too.
Always medium.
Sauce or no sauce? You want steak sauce or no sauce?
Oh, no. If it's a good steak, no sauce.
I'm with you.
No doubt.
I'm the same with you as well. So,
yeah.
Awesome event. You know what I mean? I've been here many, many times, and usually it's to listen to a band or a local band for some. But to have it here, what's that say to you? Being able to have Joe Diel with support and have something that you're part of.
For sure.
Being here at the Spot Bar.
Yeah. So I mean, Spot Bar is a Steubenville staple, right?
Yeah,
I would throw around the word legendary.
Yeah, I would too.
And it's been a destination for people that have moved away and come back every time they come home. And JoJo's been an awesome supporter of us in the program. And so for us, there was no other place we were going to do this than down here.
Yes.
And it's in the heart of Steubenville. It's been here forever. You walk in, you see pictures of Dean Martin and all these places.
Yeah.
And I walked in a couple years ago. I think I was my second year. And right next to Dean Martin's picture was a picture of our schedule, which to me was just awesome.
Yeah,
and
take
so
a screenshot of that.
It was awesome. And so there's no other place that we were going to have it than here. And like I said, Joe's been a phenomenal supporter of us, and it means a lot for us to be able to do it here.
Yeah, we talked to Joe earlier, and you could just tell from his voice how much support he has with from Franciscan and how much backing you guys want. When I look around, I mean, you have people from the university, you have people from the city of Steubenville, you have a commissioner here, you have business people here. I think this is an attribute to you guys and Coach Wallace. How'd you get hooked up with Coach Wallace and all this coaching stuff? Because
wild
you're
story,
in now,
man.
right?
Yeah, and I don't think I'm getting out. So,
No.
Wild story. So I was coaching at Steubenville Central, and a kid that went to Steubenville Central was playing at Franciscan at the time. John Paul Dombrowski.
Yeah.
And I got to give him credit for this, because if it wasn't for John Paul, I wouldn't end up being a Franciscan.
Yes.
And so, John Paul, I was coaching at Central. John Paul kept on me about, hey, you got to meet Coach Wallace. You got to come up here, all this stuff. And John Paul played with my brother Matt at Central. They graduated in 2014. And so, at the time I was like, I'm not really interested in coaching college. I love the high school level. Like coaching high school. And so I kind of blew him off. I was like, nah, it's not for me. Not for me, Well, he talked me down. He said, just come to a practice. Just come up to a practice. So I came up to a practice. Loved the environment.
Yes.
I loved Coach Wallace's coaching style. I loved the rest of the staff's coaching style. I thought they had a phenomenal dynamic there between the coaches. And, so I kind of got interested, but I walked away saying, okay, cool experience. Got to see a college practice. Not for me. And I thought I satisfied John Paul. And so he called me after. He said, what'd you think? I said, it was great, blah, blah, all the stuff. So about a week later, he says, come up to another one.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, John Paul, I'm done. I'm not interested. Like, it was a great experience. Don't want to coach college, all that stuff. And he talked me down again, went up to another one. I was like, you know what? Maybe this is something that I kind of want to get into.
Yeah.
So I reached out, again, with John Paul's insistence, reached out to Coach Wallace. We had lunch at another Steubenville staple, Sesame Grill.
Oh, yeah.
Got to give them a shout out.
Everybody knows them.
Yep. And so I had lunch with him there, and we kind of talked about coaching philosophy and what we, wanted to get out of coaching and what we wanted our players to get out of us coaching them. And honestly, like, we were identical in that front. And so I kind of walked away from that lunch thinking, this is kind of something I want to be and somewhere I want to be and with someone I want to be coaching with. And ever since then, it's been
So how many years have you been with Coach Wallace then?
I just finished 5.
Wow, it's incredible. The thing that I admire the most is, at the collegiate level of how many assistants come and go, right?
Sure.
As well as head coaches. But, your staff, you guys have been pretty good together for a while now, right?
Yeah, so Coach Pizzuti was here with Coach Wallace's first year.
Yes.
And then I came in 2 years after, so I just finished year 5. Coach Granado, this will be year 3 for him.
Okay.
Or he just finished year 3. Sorry. Coach Biden's been there since Coach Wallace came, and there's really only one other team I think in the conference that has had a staff stay together as long as ours has.
Yeah.
And and it's cool because that means we know each other so well. Our chemistry's so good.
Yeah. So and I asked how long you've known him because just watching you guys and the relationship you guys have.
Yeah.
it seems like it's been a very long time
Yeah.
with them. Real quick,
Sure.
I guess, or not real quick. The shirts, the T-shirts,
Yes.
I absolutely love.
Awesome.
They're
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yes.
So who came up with that idea?
So yeah, it's a good question.
Who designed it?
So I think Coach Wallace texted me a picture one day of an Ohio State shirt, actually, and it was the 1960 national champion shirt from Ohio State, and it had nothing to do with us. He just sent it to me because I'm an Ohio State fan.
Yeah.
And I think I told him then this would be a really cool idea for a shirt, or he told me one of those two, and so I mocked up a design, sent it to him. We were like, we got to get this made.
Of course, yeah.
And we did, and we got him NC Sports.
Yes, great.
With Chuck down in Martins Ferry. No, I'm sorry, Total Sports Connection, rather.
Yeah.
Total Sports Connection, Chuck down in Martins Ferry. George, he did a phenomenal job adapting the
Chuck
design.
does an awesome job.
Yeah, he did. He really did.
So, if people here, if they want to, you guys want to some money, you get pick out a shirt, a gray or a green one. I'm partial to the green one.
Everyone loves the green.
Oh,
I'm
I
a gray
like
guy. I'm a gray
green
guy.
one. I just got to trim a few pounds or a bigger size.
Me too.
For me to wear
Me
one
too.
of those, but if I just think you guys have done a tremendous job.
Thank you.
Athletically and. If you want to compare, different sports, basketball's a hard sport for coaches and players,
Yes.
especially at collegiate level,
Yes.
because you're talking about over 2 semesters, right? Talking about a ton of holidays there.
Yes.
Speak on that, on how hard is it to keep kids motivated or stay on task for such a long season?
Yeah, it's a good question, and I think that probably differs program to program. The thing that makes our program, I think, unique in that aspect is we have guys from all over the country that come and play for us. And so, you get if you look at most of the other schools in our conference, they're recruiting really from a 2 or 3 hour radius.
Yes.
And we have guys from California, from Texas, from Virginia, from Rhode Island, all over the country. And so I think it's hard for those guys to be away from their family for that long. Not that every other school doesn't practice over the break and all that stuff, but it's tough for a kid as a freshman, 18-year-old kid, to come here from California. Yeah. Which is what, an 7-hour flight, something like that, and be able to be away from their family for so long, and then they get a taste of it a little bit when they go back to home, and then they got to come back, and that's usually the time that we see it difficult. But I'll say, we've never really found that we've had a hard time keeping guys motivated from that perspective, because our program's so close. Everyone's so close that really, and it's funny because every coach is going to tell you it's like a family, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's the biggest coaching cliche in the world.
Yeah.
Our program's a family, but at the end of the day, ours really is. Like we eat meals together. We spend so much time together that I think it helps bridge that gap a little bit.
And I agree. And you could tell by watching the bench and the motions on the bench, and especially, how many kids you have on your bench from fall semester till after Christmas.
For sure.
Come back, everybody's back, right?
Yep.
And, talk to Coach Wallace earlier here, talk about some of the players are returning from this season.
Yeah, so obviously, at the forefront is Josh Zimmerman. Joe, you say Nick Alley and Nelly. As much as Nick does. It has nothing to do with himself or his stats, but he wants to help us win. And he's really selfless in that perspective, and I think that there's no one else in our program that wants to help us win more than Nick does. And then Alan Wood, man, who just does all the little things right. He'll be a senior as well.
How about Raymond? You know who Raymond's favorite player is?
Frank Bellissimo.
Yeah, Bellissimo's his favorite player.
So we're some younger guys that we expect some stuff out of. Frank will be one of them. And Frank's another kid, just like Alan, man. He works really hard, and so we expect him to take a step. Malachi Rose Burton.
Oh, yeah.
From Monroe Central. I think he's ready to kind of take that next level. Malachi, I think, was trying to feel it out, feel what his role is last year. And I think he knows he's got to take a little bit bigger role this year. So I'm excited to see that. And then Derek Darrow, who's coming off an injury and a rehab and an ankle surgery, was never. And man, that dude is as motivated as I've ever seen anybody. I talked to him on the phone a couple of days ago, and he's just every aspect, man. He's just ready to go. You know,
So some of our listeners and people watching us might not know what the maybe preseason looks like for Division III NCAA college basketball team. So once the kids come on campus, before you even start this season, what are the kids doing? What kind of things are you guys doing?
Yeah, so I mean, as you know, Division III, we're not allowed to do anything with these guys until practice starts.
Yep.
Which is, from a coaching perspective, frustrating.
Yes,
you know,
yeah.
because you get your guys back, man. You just want to get in the gym. You want to do what you can, but we can't. You know, and so we have everything at that point's optional. You know, it has to be. And so, we'll have guys organize open gyms, guys will organize their own lifts, around their class schedule. We have a team meeting first week back, and to get everyone acquainted with each other, what the expectations are for the preseason, get them split up in their lifting groups and stuff like that. But really, after that, we're hands off.
Yeah.
So we're really fortunate, as long as I've been here, and that has nothing to do with me. That's just all I can speak to.
Yeah.
We've had great senior leadership that has gotten everyone.
Yeah.
And we've had underclassmen that buy in too.
That's good.
And so, we've had really productive preseasons. It'll be nice to not have to be somewhere else in the preseason like we did last year.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm excited to see how these guys work.
Well, yeah, we're excited to watch. I really enjoy watching you guys and all the players just understanding their role. You know what I mean? So
For sure.
I think a lot of that starts with the coaching staff and the leadership that you guys
appreciate that. They make it
have
easy,
as
though.
well. Oh yeah, I
make it
know,
easy.
I know. And people don't realize how hard of work it is to make it look easy, though.
Well,
yeah,
and there's a whole lot that goes on behind the scenes during the season that no one sees. But that's how it is with every program.
Yes.
But we know our program knows what our players put in, what our coaches put in, and that's ultimately what matters. We've never cared what anyone else thinks about our record or our performance or whatever.
Course.
We know what happens at practice. We know what these guys are capable of doing. We tell our guys every year that quote, the man in the arena, right?
Yeah.
Where, let everyone else judge us. The only people that matter are the ones, on the court, in
that
practice.
arena. You're right.
And that's, these guys have bought into that, which is great. And, we got a good freshman class coming in, which we're excited about.
Yeah, I'm excited to see them.
Yeah.
I guess one last question. Providing this cigar smoker and so forth, I'm sure you and the coach said, what would be your goal to leave here today? Like, what were you guys hoping to accomplish?
About money. This isn't about raising money for us. For us, this is bringing community people together to show the community that we're as a program bought into the community. And that's one of the things we tell these younger guys when we come in, is that there's more people than just the ones on this campus that care about the program.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
That's why I'm so excited to see for everyone to kind of if get to games and see who we're bringing here.
Yeah.
If you look at our record last year, you wouldn't think that we have some of the caliber players we do.
I know.
And that's one of the reasons, again, we're real excited to have these guys back. And to have these guys that we've brought in. We brought in some guys from Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Why don't you talk about them a little bit?
Yeah. So we have, I want to say 8 or 7 coming in. There's 3 from the Pittsburgh area. So
great.
There's a guard from Pittsburgh Central Catholic, which just won the Whippeal. We're really excited about. His name's Tommy Christian. And Tommy is one of those dudes that works when you talk about when you go and recruit these guys, you talk to their player or you talk to their teammates, you talk to their coaches, all that stuff. And the one thing that every single person said about Tommy was how hard he works and how good of a culture guy he is.
Good.
And if you watch that, you see it.
You see it, yeah.
And Tommy has a high ceiling, and I don't think anyone really realizes how good Tommy is going to be able to be for us. But the thing that really made me really want Tommy on our team and our program, they were playing in the Whitfield championship game, and pretty crucial point in the game. Tommy had been playing a long stretch, and he gets pulled out.
Yep.
Which no player wants to do in a Whitfield championship
Exactly.
game, right? And so that's one of the things I look at is, when you get pulled, what do you?
Yeah.
look?
How do you do?
know?
How are you reacting?
So he gets pulled out for a break. He sits down on the bench, and next possession, one of his teammates hits a three. And he was the first one up off the bench, and he was the last one to sit down. And for me, that speaks volumes to the intangible stuff that he's going to be able to contribute immediately.
Yeah, I
right.
agree.
That's an immediate a culture guy right there. We brought in 2 guys from Beaver Area High School, which is right outside Pittsburgh and Beaver County.
Yep.
Sawyer Butler, Aiden Townsend. Sawyer's a super talented guard.
Good.
Able to handle the ball. His shooting's improved dramatically. I mean, he's going to be one of those guys that's going to be able to hit shots for us. And he's a competitor.
Good.
The kid wants to win. Aiden Townsend has the highest ceiling probably of any player I've seen in our program. That kid has enormous potential that I don't even think he realizes yet.
Yeah.
But he's a natural. He moves well. He's about 6'4", 6'5", athletic.
Well, that's nice
big
size.
body. I'm expecting him to really be able to do a lot, especially in the long term. Enormous potential. Guard from Dublin Scioto, James Mahalam.
So you got a lot of somewhat local kids.
Yeah. So that was this is my first
Ohio,
year.
Pennsylvania area.
Exactly. So Coach Wallace alluded when we did the show back in February, or I'm sorry, in the fall.
Yeah.
We had some new titles in the program. Mine was the recruiting coordinator.
Yes.
And so I really focused on guys that I could get to their games, evaluate them, and from guys that I specifically recruited and talked to. James was the last of 4 of those guys, really. And James is another crafty guard from Dublin Scioto, really good leader, really good perspective, kind of on what he wants to bring to the program. And just a real, he's really excited about like the mission and what we do. So that's exciting to see too. So
I just wanted to step in here to make sure we weren't talking about any game planning for next year.
No
yet.
game
I didn't know if we were
planning,
asking any of those questions.
We
yet,
talk about how we want our steaks, how we like to smoke our cigars.
Yeah, no game planning.
Coach Wallace, all that kind of good stuff there. Actually, we're talking about some of your, we talked about your juniors and your sophomores coming back for next year. We're kind of talking about your freshmen, your incoming first-year students. From the area, Pennsylvania High. That's.
So we're through James. You want to talk about the other guys?
What do you mean through James? So we're
We're Aiden, Tommy, Sawyer, James.
No, that's go ahead. I'll chime in if I need to. Go ahead.
The other one, so Carl Yonku.
Okay.
Really lanky, unbelievably athletic. Yeah,
That's
Jan's
brother.
Jan's
Really?
brother, yeah.
Is he as big and tall, or?
He's not as tall.
6'5".
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Super athletic.
Great.
Super athletic. So excited about him.
The beauty the good thing about with Carl is he goes to prep school last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's played against like high-level players for a year.
Yes.
He's coming in basically as a sophomore, as a freshman though, with some maturity and
Yeah.
Well,
and
even
he's going to be he's going to be on the glass. He's
even
a
like
physical,
for your practice sake, right? You want competitive play. You want people pushing each other.
For sure.
During preparing for the season as well.
Yeah. And those guys have been pushing each other all summer.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's good.
And I know he's probably said this, but I can say it too. Is that we're extremely excited about this class coming in. I mean, it's a very versatile group. They all there's like a lot of complementary pieces to each other, and these guys could really push us to the next level.
Good.
And that's what and we have guys from local area. We have Columbus. We have Michigan. And then we have Jan's younger brother coming in, which is part of the family. So it's
Yeah.
It's a real good mix of your players you have returning and some of your new guys.
Yes, for
Anybody else there?
Kid from Madonna, Santo DeBrosco.
Yes, yeah, good.
He had a big playoff game for them. I think he had 30 or something like that.
We were there that night. And he's a tough kid.
He probably won you guys at every game then.
Yeah, probably. Really, really tough kid, man. And everyone talks about how hard he works, how good of a program guy he is. And then Joseph Anger, another really athletic kid from Michigan that we're excited about. So
good.
Yeah, we're really excited. But I gotta tell you something here because I just got a DM while we were talking, and Mike Rodich says hello.
Oh, how's Mike doing?
It's apparently well.
Oh, listen,
apparently well.
Do you know Mike?
No, haven't met him yet.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
Yeah, I know he's at Sheridan, but I haven't met him.
Yeah. So is Mike coaching at Sheridan?
I believe he's the girls' coach there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mike and I go way back. So I went to my dad was my head basketball coach growing up. I went to Buckeye West.
Yes.
Which is part of Edina.
Yeah,
Mount
we love
Pleasant.
it.
Yes.
We love it.
So Mike went to Caddis. Huge rivalry, right? Donnie Madzi's from
Yeah.
Caddis.
Oh, he's a Caddis
Yes,
guy.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, we go to – and I have a twin brother, so every time we played at Caddis, they'd be chanting Siamese twins, or my dad's name was Chester. We'd go into Chester.
Yeah.
And the thing about Caddis at the time, they were really, really good. But something negative about them, we were 6-0 my sophomore, junior, and senior year against.
Well, I'm going to tell Mike Rodich.
Listen,
Mike Rodich is listening, so he might come down here. I don't know.
Although Mike was probably one of the best point guards at that time in the High Valley.
So,
he went to Marietta as well, and he played right away in Marietta. And
so it's funny you said that because there was another Caddis legend, Damon Brooks.
Yes.
Who I ran into last week, and Mike came up and he said, "Man, Mike," he goes, "He had the best handles I've ever seen."
Oh, unbelievable!
Yep.
So left-hander,
Yep.
unbelievable, quick.
Yep.
Saw the court really well.
For sure.
Listen, he was in. Like when we beat them, we felt so good.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Beating.
I want to make sure he's not sending me anything
Oh,
else.
Yeah, I
I'll
was
tell
gonna
you.
say.
Oh my
she's
goodness,
we're okay.
I'm sorry, Mike and Coach Madzai, but man, we felt
Yeah.
so good, bragging rights. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
But Mike was his team, and Coach Clifford, Kim Clifford was their head coach. Kim from
At
Caddis,
St. Clair's.
really? I
Yeah,
didn't
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Kim was their head basketball coach
I
at
didn't
the
realize
time.
that.
Yeah. So they had a great program,
Yeah.
and Mike moved to Columbus area. So it's a small world, and how you talk and meet people. We had West Panko David on, and just some of the connections that you have, and I guess he lived by Coach Wallace there for 3 years by West Liberty. He didn't really even realize it.
Yeah.
Maybe we should hear some of those stories, huh?
He hopefully he didn't share anything, but I think
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, Dave and I, we go back.
So,
Hold on, I got to call you out on something.
Yeah.
Mike
Yeah.
says they beat you your sophomore.
Wow. We're
See,
talking-
now we're
wait,
telling
wait.
fibs here.
No,
you know? We
ask
can't
him-
be doing
Now,
that.
Raymond's not even on here right now. So what's going on?
I think he's right because I think Peterson played my sophomore year. Ask about our freshman year. I think our freshman year.
We'll see if he responds in the
We
DMs.
won
We'll see.
freshman, junior, senior
We'll see.
year.
Yeah, we'll
Hey,
see if he
the most
responds in the
important years
DMs.
were the junior seniors. Although Mike started.
Dan, we got a phone number we can call in and start the discussion on
no,
this.
we need to do a call.
I think Mike started all 4 years in high school.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I was
I'm
unlucky
sure.
enough to
Yeah.
my sophomore year.
Yeah.
But it's nice having those rivalries, right?
Yeah.
In high
they're
school,
the best.
Yeah.
and college.
Yeah.
Those
No
are
doubt.
just the best, and you become.
sure.
I mean, unbelievable best of friends, and
Yeah.
I remember him coming visit me at Muskingum and
Yep.
doing some things we probably shouldn't have done, and
We won't talk about it. We won't talk. The statute of limitations is probably up, so I think we're okay.
Yeah. And it's just kind of neat because in high school you don't know your rivals. Back then we had no cell phones or anything.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you don't think nothing. You kind of think, oh, these guys aren't anything, and then you get to know them a little bit and
Yeah.
think, wow, these are
Exactly.
great guys. I wish I would have definitely loved to hang out with them
Yeah.
in high school and so forth at the time as well.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Joe, Coach Wallace, how you think everything's going here at the Cigar?
It's beautiful.
You got to be pretty happy with what's going on.
It's just, I knew it was going to be just such a fun day, but just seeing the mix of we have people from the university here.
Yes.
We have some, pretty important people at the university here. We have got people from Wheeling up the road. We got some just classic Steubenville people that have been staples
Of
in here.
course.
Just a lot of just blending of people. And it's just been such a fun time, and I'm having a blast.
Yeah, and
I'm just kind of walking around having fun right now.
And I'm so glad that High Valley Sports Online's got to be part of this. And
we
We talk about Steubenville staples, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. And we really appreciate you guys just being, we've been together now, 4 years now. I mean, it's just been such a fun partnership on our end. We enjoy having you. It's just, it makes it fun. And
it's, and we feel part of it. You know what I mean? I know
you
last
guys
year.
are. Yeah.
I remember last year, Raymond and I, seeing some of your former players come into the games and, Sean Hickey, being able to talk to them
Yeah.
a little bit and
Yep.
and knowing that some of your parents obviously can't be at every single game and
That's
them
what makes it
coming
so
in
big.
And,
Yeah, that's what makes it such a big thing.
recognizing that and,
Yep.
people, your players aren't getting paid. They're not getting, they're getting nice things, but they're not getting spoiled maybe like,
No.
other college
No.
players, but they're playing unbelievable hard. They're getting unbelievable coached. They're getting a great education, and just to be part of that, you know, one, it gets me out of the house, and I'm sure my wife likes that, and keeps the blood going a little bit too. So I always know, like, as the season going on, like my coaching mentality is coming out because I'll get more frustrated or I'll get more excited, happy, you know, because basketball is just a wonderful sport. You know, like I was talking to Coach Martello here, Coach Wallace, that, you know, basketball's a hard sport. You're going over 2 semesters. Oh, yeah. Tons of holidays, right?
I mean, it's
tons of practice.
We got a month, and they show up, and it's
it
starts. I mean, it's like, you know, it's like the gradual steps, and then next thing you know, it's like spring, and your time is it's just the way it goes.
It's pretty good.
It's awesome though. Yeah,
definitely.
Well, guys, we're going to take a break.
You guys need to go eat.
Yeah,
you guys need to eat.
I'll get a steak.
I'm here with Coach Martello and Coach Wallace. Listen to High Valley Sports Online, Sports Authority. We'll be back here in a couple minutes. Can't hear the commercial.
I can hear it. I can hear the music.
I can't. Welcome back here at High Valley Sports Online, the Sports Authority. Cigar smoking. Both Coach and I don't smoke cigars anymore.
we're the two outcasts.
Oh, we're definitely outcasts, but both Coach and I do like our steaks. How's the day going?
I think this is a fantastic turnout. I think it's a great testament to some of the work that Coach Wallace has done in terms of bringing people together. And just from my standpoint, it's great to see the local community here. Yeah. You got a lot of people here from Steubenville. A lot of people have come up from Wheeling, actually. Yeah. And the turnout here in the middle of July, so to speak, is fantastic.
I agree. You know, I was saying earlier I was telling Coach Roy, somebody is walking in here, they're like, wow, Franciscan's having something event like this. And, it's neat to seeing guys hanging out, sharing stories with other guys that they know, and then meeting new people as well. And I think that Coach Wallace, and I think he's lucky that of the assistant coaches they have, because you guys have been a staple for him. Coaching
this will be my 4th year.
Yeah.
My 4th year, and I think Adam has been here maybe a year longer than me. It's his 5th or 6th.
Yep. Because Coach, why don't you tell everybody where
I just told the story back there. I was telling those guys sitting at the table, but when Coach Matt had his twin brother with him playing, we used to play games either at our place at Donahue or we would play at the
stage.
The stage.
Yeah.
Is it Mount Pleasant?
Yeah, Mount Pleasant. Yeah.
So that goes back to the days whenever there was no 3-point line.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy could shoot.
Oh, yeah, I know.
He'd have been a heck of a shooter with the 3-point line down there. But I can remember playing and the curtain went across the back part of
on the corners of the
of the gym.
Yeah.
And we used to have a ground rule like it was a baseball game, because you had to warn guys if you were on this side of the court, you couldn't hit that curtain.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
If you were on the other side of the court, you had to worry about falling off of a 3-foot drop.
Yeah,
but it was funny though. It was
funny.
one of the great high school games I was ever a part of. It was in that gym.
Yeah.
Whenever Dave Foose and Sean Strawn and
were
playing
what
for Donnie,
yes.
And we had some knockdown, drag-out wars and fights.
And was Coach Stanko coaching at the time with you?
Coach Tribbett.
Oh, Coach Tribbett. That's right.
That's right. Coach Tribbett.
That's right. And you think, coaching, how basketball has kind of evolved by facility-wise.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
You don't see courts like that, right?
No.
Go Bishop County, big crow's nest with in the corner, and just
and the people on the stage.
People on the stage, and you got 4 rows of bleachers, and I miss those days, and just being able to see yourself and other people to recognize that.
Absolutely.
It's just
those times were great times. I was actually at I was at an event last night in Center Benwood.
Okay, yeah.
And a couple of my old players had gotten a hold of me through my wife on Facebook.
Yep.
So I'm not on social media.
No, thank God for our wives, right?
Yeah.
Facebook, social media.
Yeah. And so I had a chance to go down and telling some of those old stories and whatnot, sitting at Benwood Park.
Yeah, you're
actually.
right.
And so there was a lot more character in those places, and a lot more characters.
No, right. and you just think at Buckeye West Bishop County, at some of the smaller schools, just the athletes that came out, right?
Oh,
and the players, just unbelievable at that time. And when I think of Franciscan, you guys too a little bit, your players don't leave, right?
No,
you got kids coming back year after year, and some get tons of play time, some don't.
One of the big questions that people ask me a lot, Maz, is everybody wants to know about the transfer portal and how it trickles down and whatnot. And it truly, really has not affected us.
No.
And
why would you say that, you think?
Well, I think it's a statement. I think it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Double-edged statement. Number one, I think when kids come to Franciscan, they really, truly come not only just for basketball, but for the faith-based initiative that the university stands for.
Correct.
And so that right there in itself,
Yeah.
It deters, I think, people from leaving.
Yes.
And I would like to think the culture we have and the environment we have is worth staying for.
Oh, I agree. And just as a fan or your atmosphere, I would think every single team that comes play, you love the atmosphere. Where are you going to go and have the crowds and have the student, excitement like you would anywhere else? And I think
I think, Mark, I think it's been a big help to us recruiting.
Yes.
To be honest with you, making sure, and this is to Adam and Joe's credit much more than mine, and particularly Adam, of making sure that we're bringing recruits in on those nights, those Wednesday nights, man, and letting them see our environment, letting them see what's going on.
Correct.
Because the place rocks.
I totally agree.
Rocks.
And and I don't know these players coming in, but it's nice seeing a couple players from Pittsburgh, from Beaver County, a kid from Dublin. Not to say that we can't branch out from Florida,
Right,
California.
right,
But it's
right.
nice that you're able to recruit and see players.
Right.
This day and age with social media, you probably could see streaming games, but it's nice to actually have that personal touch. That's
Yes.
what we. I mean,
Well, yeah,
for high
absolutely.
school, how you make connections? Is we don't make connections.
Well,
Text somebody,
it's weird now
right?
because it, when you go back like when you were in high school
Yeah.
or when I started coaching, when we exchanged film,
Yeah.
we got in a car.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you did it with your dad
Yes.
when he was coaching. We got in a car, we drove someplace, and we literally
Hand-
exchanged the film
Yes.
and then mailed it back.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and it was the same thing from
Yes.
a recruiting standpoint.
Yeah.
And so now it's push a button.
Yeah.
Push a button.
Yep.
And so you're looking at things and looking at
Yep.
people from that standpoint of
Yep.
things. And
Yep.
so
Yeah, because I always thought, in Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, you have some really great basketball Catholic high schools, right?
Yes, yes.
And those players, I think, would, if we expose them, right, to what we have in Franciscan, that's what kind of you're going to get there as well.
Absolutely.
Tell me, how's your summer going? I know you got some grandkids you've been chasing.
Yeah, well, summer's been fantastic. Although I told my wife the other day it might be good for me to get back to work. I'll have less to do. But we have spent most of this summer. We've got 3 grandkids now.
Yeah.
Mac is 4, Brody is 2.5,
That's awesome.
and baby Eloise is 6 months old.
Holy cow, that's
And
just
so
crazy. Yep.
it's just been fantastic
Yep.
in terms of spending some time
Yep.
with them. And when I leave here today,
Yep.
after I go get this cigar smoke
Yeah,
off of me,
yeah.
I'll probably be spending time with the 2 boys.
That's awesome.
then.
That's
So,
awesome. And I know, you're a staple at Coleman basketball camp, so
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
could talk about that just a little bit.
Well, we
how
have,
long you've been involved with that?
Well, I've been there since day one, and it's
Yep.
38 years now.
Wow.
And 38 years of camp. Paul Duffy and I, Paul come in a couple years after me,
Yep.
who used to coach at Harding, and I believe now he's coaching at, coaching middle school in Toronto,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And so, we've done it forever, and it's kind of we're family to them, they're family to us.
Yes, yep.
And it's just something that we truly enjoy doing. We mark it off every year on the calendar.
Yep,
We
yep.
avoid, none of us are going on vacation then.
Yep,
None of
yep.
us are doing anything. The camp is just that important.
Oh, and I'm sure this kid's coming through that that you had their parents or grandparents or something. You know what I
Well,
mean?
we're getting to that point. Hopefully not grandparents yet. But yes, we have had many,
Yeah.
father-son, father-daughter,
Yeah.
mother-son,
Yeah.
mother-daughter
Yeah.
combinations that it kind of blows your mind when you see them bringing their 10 or 12-year-old in.
Exactly. So, what kind of roles? I know I kind of know what Coach Marcello does. So, what's Coach Wallace? What's his expectations with your role? on the
You know
court?
what? I try to jump in and just help out a little bit
Yeah.
with everything that I can.
Yeah.
One of the things I told Joe whenever I come with him, and Joe and I go back to those Bishop Donahue days.
Yeah.
I said, give me things that you don't like to do.
Yep.
And I think every head coach needs that. I would have liked to have had somebody,
Yes.
and I'm sure you'd have had the same thing
Yeah.
at Big Red, where there's certain things you don't really want to spend time on.
Exactly.
And so, I'll help out with anything we do in terms of offense.
Yes.
Anything we do in terms of special situations,
Yep.
late
Yep.
in games. It's whether it's calling a timeout to see how the other team
Yep.
sets up,
Yep.
whatever it may be. Underneath out of bounds,
Yep.
sideline out
Yep.
of bounds.
Yep. And
Those
it's
are
weird
the
as you say,
types of
yep.
things that
and I
that-
noticed
that
that during your games and
Yeah.
watching, because a lot of times I enjoy watching coaches
Sure.
coach as
Sure.
well. You know what I mean? And because I think as coaches we see things that maybe
Right.
normal viewers wouldn't see, but
Right.
that part I really enjoyed. So
Yeah, and it really worked out well, to be honest with you, because the things that Joe doesn't like to do,
yes,
I really
You
like.
Yeah, you're right.
And so that's been a great mix for us
Yep.
in terms of being part of the staff. All of us take part in scouting.
Yes.
In my role a little bit, even if I don't have the particular scout, whether
Yeah.
Bethany, Grove City,
Of
whomever,
course, yeah.
I still really go through what they do on out-of-bounds
Yeah.
situations, what they do in late game scenarios,
Yeah.
so that if we're talking at a timeout late
Yeah.
game,
Yeah.
I've got that in
Yeah.
the back of my mind
Yeah.
and have gone through and looked at it.
And I noticed this at a lot of different collegiate levels for basketball, Division 1, 2, 3. hiring veteran coaches.
Yes,
Guys who've
yes.
been head coaches or have years. You need that,
Yeah,
right? Coach
I think
Wallace
so.
I think it's just a plus, right?
Yeah, and I think, you know what? It's not something I really realized, Mass, until I got older.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Really. And so it's good to be able to fill a role. It's good to be able to be part of a staff, part of a team, part of a group.
Yep.
But I really think that just being that veteran presence, plus having been around for a little bit, I can kind of say, hey, maybe we need to change something.
Yes.
Or
yes.
No, I don't think that'll work. And that's tougher for a younger guy to do.
Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right.
It's really tough for a young guy to do.
I agree.
But obviously to give a reason why. I'm not going to say I don't want to do it and then,
well,
shut it down.
I appreciate you stopping by. I want you to have a great time with those grandkids.
And every day's a good day.
And I miss playing on the stage against you and heading to Bishop Darnview and all those fun times.
People. I think a lot of times if people would have come back to some of those old games.
Oh yeah.
People think crowd behavior now is bad.
No.
They don't know nothing.
They don't know nothing. That was Coach Mike Renard. You listen to High Valley Sports Online. We'll be right back here in a few moments.
All right, man. You're welcome. Bye.
I told him about it. He couldn't come. I said, just stop by and if you don't smoke. And yesterday he said, family, had to do something. I can't remember. Yeah, now. Here, these. Over here. All right. All right, we're back here at the Spot Bar, High Valley Sports Online. Ray Suckarts along with Dan Vogel, joined by our good buddy Dr. Angelo Georgia, spent about a minute at Franciscan University. But his father was a great educator there, a professor, right, Doc?
Right. I took organic chemistry. I got a C+. I got through it, though, damn it, one summer.
One summer there, moved on to bigger and better things. But talking about Franciscan University, great day today, Doc. Community, university continues to come off the hill and get involved in the community with this smoker fundraiser with our good buddy Joe D'Albert.
Well, we'll hold off on the good buddy JoJo. Let's just say a buddy. Honestly, I didn't know you guys were going to be here, and it's very, very heartwarming to me. Number one, great to spend time with you. We've had
Absolutely,
a few good
buddy.
times. Number
Absolutely.
two, my father, who was, like you mentioned, was at this university for 30 years, taught history, then chair Department of Education. Diane Keenan succeeded him.
Yeah, there you go. Is
and
that
then-
right? I didn't know that.
Yeah. And then, when he turned 70, they stay on teaching. They got to step down chairmanships. Coach Wallace, Bishop Donahue grad. He was on my sports show, and I'll get to that a little bit. But, Coach Kuzma and my father were so close friends, and I was glad that I brought up about a dozen people from Wheeling for this. And I said, it's just a barren fundraiser. You're going, whether you smoke cigars or not.
There you
right?
go. I like it.
And then I find out that from Mr. Vogel here, I have a little sports talk show for 3 hours. Your brother's been on it every Saturday called The Huddle. Jags was the host. I was just a color guy. And I guess he had a lot to do, Mr. Vogel, with the starting of this station or this program. And, of course, unfortunately, he passed away.
Yes.
And I kind of inherited that. And Mike Florak, former University of Steubenville Franciscan person, is my co-host now. So
good man, Mike.
Yeah, and just to be here with you and all this stuff come together, I didn't see that coming when I walked in here today.
Well, always great to see you, man. I tell everybody about that beautiful night we had at Rico's with Bruno Sammartino.
Yeah.
One of my favorite nights, of all time.
We brought Bruno here for the Dean Martin Fest. So, long story, I got to know Bruno. I did my residency in Pittsburgh and Little Italy. And my buddy who I trained with that grew up there, his parents came over with Bruno and his parents, and he was Bruno's doctor. So he walks in. He always called me Greek. And he said, Greek, I made you famous today. I said, what? He said, some guy named John Buchagras had me on ESPN radio, and he said, how the heck did you get, and John's done my show as a Florak. He said, how did you get to Steubenville? He said, well, the Greek. You know him? He goes, well, can you be a little bit more specific?
Lots of Greeks,
He
man.
goes, well, the Greek told me I had to come. So that's how that happened.
That's a beautiful thing, Doc. We appreciate you coming down.
But that was a great time in Rico's, wasn't it?
It sure was, man. I still got those pictures hanging in my my rec room downstairs. But one thing I wanted to talk to you about is your involvement. You've always been involved, even though you're in a medical position and you're the big man down at Wheeling Hospital. You guys are growing down there, but you've always been involved in the athletic side.
Well, I used to be a big man, but I'm 65 now, but still actively practicing. But, Ray, I know a lot of people think there's a big difference from Steubenville to Wheeling or down to Belair, but we grew up in the area where the Valley was king.
Absolutely.
Tough people. I don't know how many people Central had as it peaked, over 1,000 back in the early 70s, late 60s, and Belair. Everybody was booming. And everything's left, it seemed, the mills, the mines. And the one thing that keeps us together, these high schools that have stayed together apart,
Amen,
are the teams, the OVAC, the teams, the education, whether it's Shadyside, Ohio, my hometown, Steubenville, whether it's Weird Madonna or Bishop Donahue where Coach Wallace went. But that's all we got, and we got to leave that to our kids. It's like, how good it was here at one time.
Well, I always relate to that, Doc, on the way of if you drive up and down Route 7, it seems that every single town is identified by their football field that's right there on Route 7, no matter where you go, all the way up to Liverpool.
Yeah.
But the thing that I like about this the most, as far as the get-together, is Joe Wallace continues, like the Franciscan University, to come off the hill and be involved in the community, and that's the special part for me.
Well, I want to tell you something. I had him on my radio show a couple of weeks ago to talk about this event. He was an assistant under Coach Wojcik of Wheeling Central at Tulsa. Coach Wojcik texted me, because I've had him on the show. I don't know if he was following me on Twitter or whatever. He said Coach Wallace was one of the toughest, best assistants I ever had. And I don't know how much people remember about Coach Wojcik, but he's now Izzo's top guy at Michigan State, and that says it all.
Yeah, Joe was in that run the same time that my son was. They made career moves the same time, coming back to high school and Joe coming to Franciscan. But Joe's teams play hard. He's outmatched a lot because I'll tell you, what I've come to learn in the last 3 years doing these games is that's a good conference at President's Athletic Conference.
You better believe it.
With W&J and Bethany and who else is in that conference?
Is that Wheeling? No, not Wheeling. Who else is?
No,
in that?
Wheeling's Division
Yeah,
2.
two,
But
yeah.
that President's Athletic Conference, I'm telling you, week in and week out, they got. I mean, Joe Wallace's teams are outmanned, and he's there. He's close, but you just got to get over that hump. And we love being a part of him. We love being a part of his
Well, let me tell you,
games.
you just remind me of another thing about coming up here. So my son Ian's here, as you know.
I saw Ian.
And he won a state championship basketball for Wheeling Central. Well, he's on the Summer League Powhatan team, and one of Coach Wallace's top recruits out of Monroe Central, Malachi, is his teammate, plus another kid I think he's looking at. So Coach Wallace is going to come down and surprise him in Powhatan and watch Malachi play. Nobody knows that. I hope nobody tells him that.
I like it.
And, yeah, right. And, talking about that Indianapolis trip, that's when I met your son. You ran into me in the lobby, and
absolutely,
we went over to St. Elmo's, and I remember, he was working for Tom Crean at the time.
Absolutely,
correct?
He was in Indiana.
Yeah, that's it's funny how things work out.
Small
like
world, ain't it, Doc?
Yes, it is.
It's a small world.
Yeah.
So what else you got going on in your life, Coach?
I'm just working, enjoying it, just seeing patients out of administration, a lot less what I like to do, talking to people.
Oh, you're out of your role down there at Wheeling Hospital
I'm
now?
just 65 and just enjoying talking to patients. Very grateful for 35 years, very loyal people. Blue collar, white collar, doesn't matter. And really, I'm sitting back, and I can't believe I've been in practice 35 years. It's like I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with my life. You know?
I hear you, man. I mean, I woke up and I was 45 years old. I didn't know what happened when I woke up. I said, "What in the world?" Got more years behind me than I do in front of me.
It's funny. Back in the day, my father, there's two nice Greek American basketball prospects. So Kuzma asked if he could help out. One was, I think, Mike Chirpus out of Belair, and the other one was Jeff Kepiros out of Martins Ferry.
There you go.
So he goes up, brings them both to Steubenville. I think they play a year. Boom, they shut the basketball program down.
Yeah.
They end up going to West Liberty or somewhere, if I recall.
And I think I talked to people close to Hank Kuzma that because he was here for all the glory years.
Oh, my gosh.
And they brought him back, and he saw the bigger picture. I mean, he was trying to get things done as quickly as possible and bring in some guys that didn't go to school, and that took Father Mike didn't like that too much. But I think that in itself, I mean, that's one of the hindrances that the university has moving forward with Joe Wallace, and I talk to him about that all the time, is the teams in his conference, they have this rich tradition where the Barons were there.
Right.
Until about 1974 or something like that.
You remember Kuzma brought in that, I think his name was Sparling.
Yep.
And he slowed the ball down. I think he went on to Gannon after Steubenville.
Yep.
And we
Ed
used to
Sparling.
that's when I was coming up. And, of course, it was great. We're in junior high. Could use the Steubenville gym. My dad would let us in on Saturday. We thought, that was not everybody had gyms or sports complex. To be able to use a college gym to practice, we'd come up on Saturdays like we thought we were like, hey, you had to play outside in the winter with gloves on so you didn't kill your fingers back then. People don't understand that. I look at these empty basketball courts around that used to line up just to get a team in, and they're all empty. What are people doing? Are they playing video? Where are the parents? Go down. I'm so happy my son was a gym rat because he's a Jimmy and a Joe. You know the difference.
Absolutely.
And he every day when he was young, can you take me down to the Y? Can you take? Sure, I'm going to take you down to the Y. It's better than playing Xbox.
Well, I think that's one thing the university is doing is bringing a lot of interest and energy to the community, and some of these kids that are graduating are staying. You know what I mean? And trying to build the. I mean, I think the university is gives Steubenville hope for the mere fact of like my kids are here and my grandkids are going to be here for no matter how long. But other than that, I mean, like I think Steubenville should be very thankful with the university, and I appreciate Jody Albert, stepping up and getting involved.
That's what's so confusing. I just came in here to get a bet down. I run into a cigar, and they said they don't take bets here anymore.
No, they don't. They shut down all 8 of his
just
establishments.
kidding, folks.
They shut down all 8 of his establishments. But that's a conversation for another time. Yep.
Yeah, but you got the right guy here. Enthusiastic. This community, both across the river here and hopefully down south, he keeps recruiting couple, where he's from, Bishop Donahue, and you got to embrace this because I think he's got to stay, man.
Absolutely, we love what he's doing.
Yeah.
We're with him, winter tie. We tell him all the time.
You coached a little basketball in your day.
In my day, I did, but we're with Joe, winter tie, right, Danny?
Yeah,
winter tie.
Now, when you played, JoJo DeAlbert was the center.
No, JoJo DeAlbert was a lot older than me, brother. I was the ball boy when JoJo played.
And I'm trying to think of the coach for Catholic Central. My dad's good friend. He just passed away a few
John
years.
Neese.
Yeah,
John
great guy.
Neese.
Yeah.
He was. He used to work for us as well, did he, Danny?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Doc, I appreciate you stopping by, man. Always good seeing you, brother. Good friend.
Great. So glad
Absolutely.
to see you. Thank you
Absolutely.
asking me to be on, Danny.
Absolutely.
Great getting the whole connection thing. Hopefully we'll
We'll
do
be
it
in
together
touch.
down there sometime.
I like it. I
All
like it. We'll be in touch.
Take care.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with Dave Oseba of Electric O. You okay?
Put this together. Carmen DeStefano in the back. Put your hand up. Yep, Carmen. Good time, Carmen. Carmen did all the grunt work to get this done. Yeah, he did. Yep. And then Matt Bellardine over there was on the steaks. Big Chris, where are you guys? They're still cooking. They're relaxing now. Give them a round of applause. Those guys did a lot today. Thank you, guys. Yeah, big time. Yagi, you helped with, how much money did you take out of our pot? 10%? Okay, that's fine. As long as we're all on the same page, it's all good, yeah. Yagi, thanks for the help. Yeah, you saved us some, thank you. But, no, it's great to be down here at the spot. It's such an icon of Steubenville, and, we're wearing these College of Steubenville shirts here. We want to represent the past, and you hear, especially coming down here and hanging out, you hear the stories of the glory days at the St. John Arena all the way back to when they played at Big Red, and we want to honor those guys, honor the old teams, and it was such a community team back then, and we really want to make the Barons that now, and it's great to see everybody together, and we can't ask, for a better turnout with a lot of just good guys here having a good time, so we thank you for that. And we're going to do the 50-50 next, so I think a lot of people have been waiting for that. So Father Don Frisco, since we have, how much do we have? 308 to the winner. What is it? 308.
308 in the 50-50.
Too much to ask for JoJo to sing a Dean Martin song?
That's up to them.
Would it be too much to ask for you to sing a Dean Martin song?
Yes. All right, 50-50, 308. Yes.
Wrong count.
All right, here we go. 3, 4, 6, 3, 3, 6. 3, 4, 6, 3, 3, 6. $308. Oh, please. Yes.
He bought it right after me, but I was 3-3-0.
Don's figures, man. He didn't help you.
So hold on, everybody. Let's give Pete Cafaro, our good friend from Wheeling, he's going to donate the 50-50 back to the basketball team. Thank you. He just wants a t-shirt. Make sure he gets a t-shirt. Okay. All right, so we have additional door prizes up there.
then we have there's all kinds of random stuff. We have an office chair. We have credit to the Steubenville Country Club Pro Shop. We have some cigars. We have some rocks, glasses, all kinds of stuff. So first pick at the door prizes is 346-427. 346-427. 346-427. Yeah. We got one? Who we got? Oh, Phil Rook. Phil Rook, come up and pick. Phil gets first pick. Here we go. Next pick. 346-303. 346-303. 303. Mr. Click. All right, 346-023. 346-023. 023. All right, go ahead. 346-370. 370. 370. Awesome. Go on up. 346-720. 720. 720. 720. Antonio, go ahead. 346 now. 408. 408. 408. 408. Meyer. What's Raymond doing up there?
Just waiting to get my ticket call.
Three, four, 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 four. 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Mr. Kalaman, Dan Kalaman. 346-209. 209. 209.
David. Yo.
Three, 4, 6, 4, 8, 6, 4, 8, 6, 4, 8, 6.
We gotta make it quick though, Ray. Yeah, because we'll close it up. Okay. Where am I at? Here?
Okay, we're back here at the Spot Bar, High Valley Sports Online. Ray Suckarts along with Dan Vogel, and our guest that looks like we're going to wrap things up here at this smoker today is going to be one of our newest sponsors, Dave Oseba from Electric O. David, it's electric.
That's right.
That's right. I know, David, I know what you do. You love being involved in community. I see you around. You're sponsoring tournaments. You've been good to us over the years, and you're on board for a sponsorship. Appreciate everything you do, David. Good to have you here.
Well, thank you, Raymond. It's good to be here, and we appreciate everything you do, and just enjoying this beautiful day with you.
Absolutely, man. A great thing here, getting the university involved in the community. I love it. We've been talking about everything, with everybody. Same thing about the community, and you've been in. You like being involved in the community. Every time I come to you for help, you say, well, I'll help out. So I love that about you, David, that you're invested in the community.
Well, the way I was raised, Ray, similar to you, you give back to the people that give to you, and the community's treated us incredible. Anything we could do to help, we're here.
I love it. Now you guys are just moving into Steubenville now. You got yourself a new house. How's business going for you? Pretty good, huh?
Business is very good. We're blessed to deal with the great people in the community. They trust us to come out and put in their electrical work, and we do everything we can to provide them the best service we can.
Well, I know that. And you're a Blue Dawn. You played for the Weirton Blue Dawn. The great Paul Duffy was your defensive coordinator. I'm surprised you survived that experience.
Well, Duff knew how to put us through the ringer, especially like this time of year. 90 degrees, 90% humidity. We played down over the hill from Madonna was our practice field. At the time, there was more dirt than grass, and we kicked up all that dirt. We hit each other hard, and Duffy encouraged every minute of it.
Tell us a little bit of particulars about your business, David. Where you're located, who you serve, and your address, contact number, and things like that.
Yeah, so our shop's on 3520 Pennsylvania Avenue. A lot of people know it as the old Sarvy's building. It used to be a grocery store back in the day. Quick Fit Gym is in that building. It takes up a lot of space. We're right next door to Nick. We're online. The website is theelectrico.com.
The Electric O. It's electric.
That's right. That's right. We work in Weirton, Steubenville, all over the valley. We've been out to Greensburg, PA, down to Huntington, West Virginia. We go wherever the work is.
Good for you, David. And got a chance to meet your lovely wife and your beautiful son, Dylan. It's been great getting to know you. I appreciate our friendship, and thank you for everything you do for us professionally and personally.
Raymond, thank you, sir, and thank you for everything you do.
All right, buddy. This is Ray Suckarts along with Dave Oseba, Dan Vogel, and Mark Maslowski. We're checking off from here. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Ray, short